Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I would like to continue my previous video entitled Framework Agreement on Integrated Cross-Border Maritime Law Enforcement Operation between the Government of Canada and the Government of the United States of America. The Central Authority for Canada appoint an individual as a designated cross-border maritime law enforcement officers who is pilot, co-pilot, observers, or other member of the crew of an aircraft operated by the United States Coast Guard or a police service or other law enforcement agency of the United States of America or of state of the United States of America, providing aerial support to an integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement operations who has been recommended for appointment by the Central Authority for the United States and satisfactorily completed all the required training for appointment as a designated cross-border maritime law enforcement officers in accordance with Article 7. A designation under this article shall remain in force until it is suspended, revoked, or withdrawn. A cross-border maritime law enforcement officers designated under paragraphs 1 and 2 of this article shall have the powers of a customs officers in accordance with United States law while operating in the United States. A cross-border maritime law enforcement officers designate under paragraph 3 and 4 of this article shall have the powers of a peace officers in accordance with Canadian law while operating in Canada. Each party shall establish and promulgate a single document setting out the policies they apply to integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement operation and training for and their respective territories. Article 7. Training. The Central Authority shall coordinate the development of and approve a joint training program for designated cross-border maritime law enforcement officers that includes training on the applicable laws, regulations, constitutional considerations, and policies of both parties, and in particular, depending on the anticipated role and the integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement officers, those pertaining to the use of force, marine safety, operational procedures and protections of informant and other sensitive information, and aviation regulation and flight safety procedures. The Central Authority shall from time to time review the joint training program. Article 8. Custom and Immigration Reporting. To facilitate integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement operation, the parties shall provide designated cross-border maritime law enforcement officers alternative mechanism to meet customs and immigration reporting requirement between ports of entry. Article 9. Work permits. To facilitate integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement operations, each party shall, to the extent required by its domestic law, provide exemptions from work permit requirement to designate cross-border maritime law enforcement officers. Article 10. Custody of persons, vessel, or things detained or seized. In all cases where a person, vessel, or thing is detained or seized during the course of an integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement operation, Such person, vessel, or thing shall be dealt with in accordance with the laws of the host country. In no case shall any person, vessel, or thing detained or seized in the host country be removed from the host country except in accordance with the laws of the host country. Paragraph 2 shall not apply in respect of any vessel or thing detained or seized in the host country in situations of operational or geographical necessity, including when, before delivering the vessel or thing that was lawfully seized to the place where the vessel or thing is to be delivered in the host country, designate integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement training. Enforcement officers are required to participate in continuing integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement activities or respond to an emergency in the waters of the other party. Due to poor weather or medical difficulties with a vessel operated by designated integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement officer, it is necessary to transit through the waters of the other party in order to reach the nearest port or the navigable shipping channel between the location in the host country where the vessel or thing was lawfully seized and the place where the vessel or thing is to be delivered in the host country. Pass through the waters of the other party. In situations of operational or geographical necessity described in paragraph 3, when a vessel or thing lawfully seized in the host country is transported through the waters of the other party, that vessel or thing remains under the physical custody and control of the designated cross-border law enforcement officers of the host country. Article 11. Accountability. While engaging in integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement operations, a designated cross-border maritime law enforcement officer shall be subject to the domestic laws of the party in whose territory any criminal misconduct is alleged to have occurred, to be subject to the jurisdiction of the court of the party subject of the right and privilege that law enforcement officers from the host country would be able to assert in the same situation and subject to the right and privilege that the host country would be able to assert in the same situation. Any claim submitted for damage, harm, injury, death, or loss resulting from an integrated cross-border maritime law enforcement operation carried out by a party under this agreement shall be resolved in accordance with the domestic law of the party to which the claim is brought and with international law. The party shall consult at the request of either party with a view to resolving the matter and deciding any requests relating to compensation for payment. Each party shall make best effort to ensure the operations of designated cross-border maritime law enforcement officers with any investigation, inquest, or hearing that relates to an internal investigation or is held by a civilian oversight body into the exercise of enforcement powers by such officers. So the time is up and the article will be continued to read on the next video. So bye bye, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.